Hello and welcome to the Philippines. In this Philippine news update, first thing that is on the slate here is the water crisis. We are in an El Nino climate type system, which means we're getting less rain than normal, than average. And 2015, when I came here, the Philippines was in a drought. 2019, so about 4 years later, there was a drought. There was a lot of issues with water. Shallow wells were running dry in the city and around the many different islands of the Philippines. The water had to be delivered by water truck, and many times people would go out with pails and jugs and wait for the water truck to come. That may or may not come that day at the time it was scheduled to be there. Various taxi drivers, others have told me they've gotten up at 2 or 3 in the morning for a scheduled water delivery and gone down with their buckets, and the truck never shows up. So anyway, Cebu City, the mayor has declared a water crisis, and especially in the up in the hills, mountain barangays, especially some of the farmers are not planting because there's a lack of rain to sustain their crops, and this just shows how people line up there. So anyway, the city government of Cebu yesterday declared a water crisis due to the impact of El Nino phenomenon. In fact, our we've had a new management company take over our management of the condominium I live in, and we prior to this, we just ordered water. We took our empty jugs down to the front desk, and within a day or two, they would deliver filled jugs back to us. They set up delivery from one or more of the water purification places in our neighborhood, and this new company, whether it has to do with the water crisis or has to do with some other issues. Colliers is the new management company, and they said, we're no longer going to supply water to the residents of this condominium. My experience living in 6 different condominiums over 8 years here in the Philippines is that almost every one of them, you could go to the front desk and you could bring your empty jug down and they would supply you with a full one. So this is kind of a unpleasant turn of events. We're going to have to find a local supplier, and it was convenience was the big thing, and I think the management made a little bit of money that way. Anyway, I think the price has gone up from 40 pesos per 5 gallons up to 50 pesos for 5 gallons here recently as well, but still pretty inexpensive for 5 gallons of water, I guess. Anyway, in a press conference, Mayor Rama said the declaration is necessary due to challenges the city is facing from the effects of El Nino. I will now declare crisis on water. Rama said he would tap the help of an expert from Manila in drafting plans aimed at addressing the problem, including a plan to reduce non-revenue water, or water that was pumped but unaccounted for, to 15%. I think it's a little over 20%, or very close to 20% right now. And that includes water that uh, leaks out, and the many pipes. And also, I think firefighters, they use the water, they're not charged for it, and that is not accounted. But I think it's closer to 20%. They want to bring it down to 15% water that they lose after it leaves the pumping stations. As this developed, the MCWD said it would distribute water to city residents using its mobile siphon tanks. Mobile siphon tanks would go to the upper villages of Bonbon, deliver 10 cubic meters per hour of water. They're building desalination plants as well, and I'm not sure if these projects are on target date or not. So many projects in the Philippines end up being delayed for various types of reasons. Lack of funding, lack of proper permits, various types of things. Wherever you're going to live, especially if you're going to build or buy in the Philippines or anywhere in the world for that matter, one of the most important things will be to have access to clean, reliable water source. I am going to check into a water filtration system that I could use using tap water here if it will clean that water well enough so that it will be potable, drinkable. That could be an option as well. And the other news story I wanted to bring up, pertussis, which is whooping cough, cases are up in Quezon and Negros Occidental. And this is April 3rd, 2024, and I've been reading about this for several weeks. Me and my girlfriend, about a month ago, for over a month, we both had bad coughs that lasted for over a month. And I'm wondering if it wasn't this whooping cough type thing, because boy, it just wouldn't start day and night. It wouldn't stop. Day and night, we were both coughing, and she said several of the people at work also had similar issues. On March 27th, the provincial government of Cavite declared a state of calamity due to rising cases of pertussis in the province. 36 cases and 6 deaths were recorded. Ilo City also declared a pertussis outbreak. They logged 7 confirmed cases. Next story, Phil Volks raises tsunami alert in parts of the Philippines after magnitude 7.5 quake hit near Taiwan. So here you have the Philippines, islands right here, and Taiwan right up here. Not very far away, actually. The state seismologists stress that based on tsunami wave models and early tide gauge records of the tsunami in the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, coastal areas in the Philippines fronting the Pacific Ocean are expected to experience high tsunami waves. It is forecast that the first tsunami waves will arrive between 8:33 a.m. and 10:33 April 3rd, which is today. It may not be the largest, and these waves may continue for hours. State seismologists strongly advised residents living in the coastal areas of the following provinces to immediately evacuate to higher lands. Batayan's group of islands. These are islands on the just north of the big island of Luzon. Cagayan, that is Cagayan province, Cagayan is a northern province, as well as these, Ilocos Norte and Isabela on the north end of Luzon. Owners of boats in harbors, estuaries, or shallow coastal water of the above-mentioned provinces should secure their boats and move away from the waterfront. Boats already at sea during this period should stay offshore in deep waters until further advised. So those are the 3 news stories I wanted to cover this morning. Stay safe, safe travels, and I'll see you next time.